Right, October Reds boxing here in Manchester. The cruiserweights. Welcome. We've got Jordan Thompson and we've got David Nyika. Welcome.
Thank you for having me. Thank you. It's been a long time coming. A long time coming.
Yeah, we could say that.
You've been swerving me. I've been trying to get this interview pinned down for I don't know how long.
You know that's lies. You know I've been up in your DMs and you've been the one that's been ignoring me, playing rubbish music, dancing on the treadmill.
I don't know, my DMs aren't a busy place, so I shouldn't. I don't believe you there. I don't believe you, but nah.
I bet you they are busy. But anyway, let's get back to boxing. I need to make sure. Can you two get in? I need you to be tight.
Snug up.
You need to be snug. Yeah. So anyway, on to David. Welcome. David, let us know a little bit about yourself. And this is your debut here.
Yeah, my UK debut. I've had a wicked camp with the likes of Jordan and the Furies and Joseph Parker, working underneath Andy Lee. It's been an amazing camp. Had the best sparring I think I could possibly get. So yeah, here we are.
We talk about an amazing camp. How long has this been going on? Because I've seen you guys running on the beaches of Morecambe in the wet, the wind, the rain.
Literally, it's been a while. I mean, I think these guys have been in camp for a little while longer, but I came down. I've been ticking over in London, as you know, and then came down, joined them, and I've been real privileged, man, just to be part of such an amazing team and amazing people. Like in and out the ring, they've really been welcoming. So I can only be thankful, man, and privileged to be in this position. So looking out there, going out there on Saturday and putting on a performance, man.
And we talked that you're no stranger to being with Tyson Fury, somebody that you've worked with before. So going back there, I guess it's like going back home.
Yeah, I spent a lot of time in Morecambe. Not one of my favourite places, but it's an amazing place for camp, that's for sure. It is an amazing place. You lock in, you get the work done, and you couldn't distract yourself if you tried in Morecambe Bay. So no, it's been an amazing time, man, and like I say, around some amazing people, man. So
Tyson loves smashing cruiserweights as well.
Yeah.
Tyson loves beating up cruiserweights, so that's what we're here for, really.
Literally, man. I've been with him, as you know, I've been with him a good few times, and yeah, Tyson's Tyson, man. Amazing guy to learn from, though. Very knowledgeable, passes on, very helpful, and a bit of an open book. You can take a lot from someone like Tyson, which is special, especially for someone at the heights of the sports, which is where he's at. It's an amazing individual to be around, man.
Yeah, I was going to ask that because he is at the top of the tree, but he seems to be quite open and welcoming to help like new people in the sport. Yourself being a debutant, and yourself recently signing with Matchroom. I mean, how would you describe him as a person? Over to you, David.
Yeah, it's like having a ongoing stream of his consciousness. He says exactly what he's thinking. He gives a new meaning to the word authenticity. He's like exactly himself all the time, every time. So you know exactly what you're going to get. And I think that's what's kind of brought the people around. He's people have loved him, they've hated him, but they've also respected where he's been, what he's come from, what he's overcome to be where he is today. So I feel like we've learned a buttload just from being around him, being a part of this last camp. He's a very special individual.
And yourself, Jordan, being more experienced and being more knowledgeable around him. Like I said, this is not your first time of being around Tyson. What's it been like for this camp?
For this camp, I mean, listen, I've only seen Tyson not as much as I've seen him obviously when I've sparred with him, because he did his tour. He left as I came. He shortly after he did his tour. But this Tyson is an individual, man. He's amazing. He's amazing. Like I say, for where he's at, it's hard to find someone who's so open and so willing to pass on the knowledge that he's got and pass on the experience that he's got. So, and even just welcoming me into his gym like he does, and the guys, man, it's been second to none. And I know I've met a lot of boxers and not a lot as nice as and as welcoming as Tyson Fury, man. So it's always a pleasure. It's always a pleasure seeing Tyson until you get her in the ring with him. Then it can be a bit messy.
As we've seen,
yeah.
And it's good to hear that, because sometimes I think, like for myself as a boxing fan looking on the outside in, I wouldn't have said that he was that kind of opening and welcoming person. But like you said, you've met boxers that I would probably sit and think, oh yeah, they'd be the ones that would open up the door, and then they don't.
Well, I think boxing's a funny one. It's a bit of an act. It's a bit of a what do you call it?
It's a facade.
It's a facade, yeah. It is a facade.
Like, you don't want to, as long as you don't cross someone in a sport like boxing, you can be happy families. Like I feel like it's the type of sport where there is so much riding on it, but if you disrespect someone, and especially the likes of like Tyson Fury, he's been and done everything. just don't step on anyone's toes. Don't be a dick. It's
simple as. Couldn't put it better myself. Nah, but
I always say you've got to be careful on your way up because you're going to meet the same people on the way down. It's all about that respect.
you got to think on the way down in boxing can be pretty fast and brutal. It can be pretty fast and brutal. So listen, you just got to be. It's nice to be nice. The time to be nasty is in the ring. Be as horrible as you want, which I love being in the ring. Out of the ring, I'm Jordan, man. I'm myself. I'm nice. I'm joking. I'm a bit of a clown. As you can speak to some of my teachers from back in the day, they'll tell you. They wouldn't have told you how they got here. But no, listen, man. I just have fun. I don't take life too serious, but I'm respectful. But when it's time to be nasty, I can be very nasty.
And we talk about characters in boxing, we were just speaking off camera, but I'd say, Jordan, you're definitely one of these boxers that's got character. It's often that you can meet fighters and they kind of like suppress who they are. It's kind of like they're so concerned about being that right person for the camera. It's like they come across as boring, if I'm quite honest. But looking at yourself, I know that you're an absolute class clown. The banter that we've had, I'm not even going to go into it, but it's good to have that character. I mean, what advice would you give to fighters that are coming into it about being themselves?
It's simple as that. Be yourself. Like, don't try and be anything you're not, because people are gonna love you for you, and that's what it comes down to at the end of the day. Like, be a free spirit, man. Be yourself. Enjoy life. You got one life to live, and I'll be damned if I live it trying to be something that I'm not. So I'm just gonna be myself, have fun with it. Those who are gonna love me for it are gonna love me for it. Those who aren't. I don't really business with it. But listen, my family love me, and that's the main thing. So it is what it is, as my friend once said.
And over to you, David, because obviously we don't know much about you as your personality. We know that you're an Olympian, and those Olympians really shine when they come into boxing. It's almost like I said, you're at the top ranks, and then you're stepping into the professional game. I mean, what was it that made you make that final choice to say, you know what, pro?
Well, I've done my apprenticeship. I've done my dash with amateur boxing. I'm still thinking about going. I'm still going to the Commonwealth Games in Birmingham because I'm going to be here and because I can. But pro boxing, I need to make a living, and that's what I'm going to do. And I really want to make a stamp on the cruiserweight division and potentially the heavyweight division down the line. This has been my dream since I was a kid. I've unlocked so many awesome moments, and I want to keep them coming, keep them rolling.
So what can we expect from you then, your style? You've mentioned that obviously now you're both being coached by Andy Lee. Why did you choose him as a coach? And I'm going to put that question back to Jordan, because Jordan, you've had Don Charles, I've seen Xavier Miller, and now I've seen Andy Lee.
I'm gonna direct that question to my management team, and I'm gonna direct that question to my management team and those back home. But nah, listen, I've been blessed, man. I've been blessed with Don Charles, amazing coach in his own regard, amazing coach. Xavier Miller, unbelievable coach in his own regard. Andy Lee, exemplary coach in his own regard. Each have got their own different style. It's about finding a style which is tailored to you. Andy Lee been in that Kronk gym. Listen, enough said. Enough said.
And over to you. Why Andy Lee for you?
It made a lot of sense. Joseph working with Andy Lee, and obviously me being one of the other top Kiwi boxers. It seemed like the stars aligned. And I talked to Andy Lee prior to agreeing to come and train together, and he said, he'd be more than happy to do so. So he's got a style and a temperament that complements mine, and it hasn't been easy. I've had to undo a lot of the bad habits that I've formed over the years, but I feel like we're starting to put the pieces back together.
Awesome. So what can we expect from your style in the ring on the weekend then? Because this is your debut. Very important as it is. Look at Jordan, he can't even keep still, for God's sake. You were one of these kids in the class that was always tapping the desk, weren't you?
My teacher.
leaning on the chair. Yeah. No, I'm gonna put hit the nail on the head every time, and I don't want this guy to last the full distance. I think it'll go deep into the second at the latest.
I like that. And what about you with the long kiss goodnight that you like to give your opponents when you knock them out? That was beautiful last time. What can we expect this time?
People have been saying don't put him in the hospital this time. It's like
What happened?
What happened? I don't know. I heard broken jaw, 2 teeth lost. It was a bit mad. But listen, he tried hitting me first. He hit me first. He did actually hit me first in that fight, by the way.
It was a fight.
Yeah, it's a fight. And like I said, listen, all you can expect from me every time is artistic violence. Period.
I love it. Artistic violence. Damn.
That's it. That's what we bring.
This is the dynamic duo. We're going to carry this on because I know you guys have got stuff to do. This is just part one of 17,000 interviews I intend to have with you guys. Thank you very much for taking the time to speak to October Red Boxing, and until the next couple of days.
I'm going to see you again soon.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Cheers.
Hi, and thank you for watching October Red Boxing. Like, subscribe, and tap the bell for notifications. You can also find us on Instagram at October Red Boxing and on Twitter, October Red UK. And remember, at October Red, we stay ready.